All right, welcome back to WMAC Now with your host, Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with a fight review. So we're going south of the border to Mexico for LUX Fight League 23. We're going to the strawweight division. A couple of debutantes here. Itzel Padilla taking on Tania Tapia. Both ladies fighting out of Mexico, making their pro debut. So let's get into the fight. First round, Padilla largely backed Tapia up with punches. Padilla was definitely the bigger of the two. You could tell just the frame and overall reach and everything. Tapia had some luck mixing her kicks to the midsection with her punches. But, she just couldn't seem to earn Padilla's respect in the first round because Padilla just kept coming on. Now, Padilla did go for a takedown that was stopped by Tapia. And then Tapia was able to flurry to a clinch. But then Padilla was able to take her down to the guard later in the round. And there was a late armbar attempt by Tapia. It looked like it might have been close, but she didn't really get it on until there was like maybe 10 seconds left in the round. So no luck getting the submission there. Second round, Tapia started the round looking to strike more. She came out heavier, wasn't as hesitant, came out throwing more, but she was still having trouble with Padilla's reach. Now, Padilla actually started throwing her own kicks. Excuse me. Started throwing her own kicks this round. She threw some kicks to the midsection, started throwing some more low kicks. There was a big jab cross by Padilla. Tapia started bleeding from her mouth after that. A couple of seconds later, another Padilla jab cross that had Padilla, looked like it had Tapia hurt a little bit, so she took Padilla down. Tapia looked pretty good in the scramble and was able to get back up quick. Tapia clinched, landed some nice knees, but Padilla was able to break it off. And then right around the final 10 to 15 seconds, Tapia went absolutely ham. She threw a kick, flying knee, some punches. She looked like she was really just trying to clinch the round in that final 10 seconds because she went absolutely ham with the strikes. So then we went to the third round, and Padilla started, Padilla stalked Tapia around, keeping her on the edge of the punches, and then beautiful lead leg left high kick from Padilla, hit the chin of Tapia. She dropped like a stone to the ground. She was dazed. Referee immediately stepped in, stopped it. 48 seconds of the third round for your winner by knockout, Itzel Padilla. So, really fast finish there. Took to the third round, but honestly, I had fun with watching this fight. I think this was the second fight of the evening, maybe. Pair of debutantes. I had a lot of fun watching this fight. Now, it was not high level by any means, but I think both fighters looked pretty good for their respective levels of being, brand new to the fight game, making their professional debut. So I thought it was a good fight, and both fighters looked pretty good. Tapia obviously had a hard time dealing with Padilla's size. She actually weighed in at like 112 and a half. So she probably undersized at strawweight, whereas Padilla looked to have like more of a strawweight frame. Just overall like wider than Tapia, taller, had longer reach. Tapia might want to try maybe atom weight, because if you're weighing in at like 112 and a half for strawweight, meaning you're giving up 2.5 pounds, you might want to try atom weight. I liked that Padilla was making good use of her reach. Really used it well. Kept Tapia on the outside of her strikes for the most part. Also, she was mixing in punches to the body. Now, Padilla wasn't throwing too many combinations, usually at most 2, maybe 3 punches. But every once in a while, when she was throwing single strikes, she would throw a punch to the body of Tapia. And that definitely kept Tapia off of her guard, kept her off of her game, and kept her backing up. And it made her think about, those body strikes, which also opened up her head a little bit more. So that was really nice work there by Padilla. Because let's be honest here, you watch a lot of, you know, lower level beginning fighters, they're always head hunting. Whereas Padilla was mixing in strikes to the body as well, which is really nice to see because it shows that she'll most likely keep doing that as she progresses. One note here I have is that, you know, Tapia, she did her best when she was mixing in her kicks with her punches. You know, she threw a lot of naked kicks and she would try to just throw punches on her own. But she was at her best when she was actually mixing them up. Like she'd throw a kick and then throw some punches, or she'd start throwing punches, then throw the kick in. And it seemed like that was when she was having her best result striking. And then my final note here, the kick, the way it landed, the way that Tapia dropped, and just the way that Padilla threw the knockout kick, it was very much reminiscent of Rose Namajunas versus Zhang Weili 1. Because it was a lead leg kick, landed right on the chin, and the opponent just straight up dropped to the ground. I would say Tapia didn't, you know, drop as hard as maybe Zhang did. But one thing is that the referee was much quicker to interrupt this one, to just dive in here. Maybe probably because of their respective fight levels. But the kick definitely gave me shades of Namajunas knocking out Zhang. So that was pretty neat too. Anyway, for things to work on, I only have one thing, and that's for Tania Tapia. Mix up the strikes more. You know, kick, punch, kick, punch, etc. That was when she was doing her best, when she was mixing up her strikes. So she needs to mix up those strikes more. Anyway, that's all I have for this one. Itzel Padilla knocking out Tania Tapia 48 seconds of the third round via head kick KO. The fight is available on the Facebook page for LUX Fight League. They had their entire prelims on Facebook, and then the main card was on UFC Fight Pass. I'll try to throw a link up in the description or a pinned comment. If you haven't seen the fight yet, get over there and watch it. Then come back, let me know your thoughts on the fight in the comments down below. If you like the video, please give it a like. That helps get the algorithm going. Share the video as well, help, let other people see it. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to Wmma Scene Now, the best, most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.